Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and if you're a little tool bored and want to spend 12 bucks and get something that's really going to impress you, these Milwaukee USA made screwdrivers, well, they're moving into my #1 slot for the screwdriver to grab. This is a #2 Phillips. Actually, all these are, except this one. I can't find my Craftsman. I've got a few of those. I think they're in car kits. These are all USA made #2 Phillips, pretending that one is. I also have others that are not USA made that I'll probably play around with in another video. But first of all, the more I use this, the more I think Milwaukee really nailed it. Now, I've been saying that a lot about Milwaukee, and to me it's true. The knurling up here, this is great if you have to, jump up on the front and actually control it. I don't know why things aren't knurled. I actually have a screwdriver here. This is a snap-on. This is I've got a couple of these smaller ones that are knurled, and every time one of these appears, people ask me, what is the number of that? Do they still make it? Because I love the knurling on this thing. Same here. Reach up and then be able to spin something out. It also has tremendous grip. Now, it's a little bit different. If you go to the Snap-on's bead blasted, so if we grab a magnifying glass and look kind of close at what's going on up here, you can see Snap-on both kind of dented or engraved or embossed lines into it, and then they bead blast it, which gives it a little bit more texture. The Milwaukee, on the other hand, has, I don't know, like a black oxide coating and then some sort of laser etching that really gives it an absolute ton of grip, and it really does work. The shafts, the Milwaukee seems like a smaller shaft. It's kind of interesting when you look at it. Klein makes a few different size shafts. This is their standard shaft. They also make a slim shaft they charge more for. So I think the Milwaukee has got, a little bit slimmer shaft, which is good. Fits into different places. It's not insulated like this, and a lot of my others are. But the other thing I noticed is the handle. The balance of it, it's not super light. Some screwdrivers, especially some of the European ones, can be very, very light. I don't mind that. But what I don't like is, well, this ideal that there's a ton of material out here on the end, as you can see. Kind of compare the sizes. That's pretty heavy. The Klein's sort of a standard rubber coating. Absolutely wonderful. I do appreciate those, but they've been like that since I was a kid, probably. The ideal here, heavy. It tips back, it falls out. You got to be a little careful. This is, of course, a little bit longer one, and I thought that might undo some of that weight, but it's pretty strong. Snap-on is arguably a light handle given its size, but it is a large handle. That tri-lobe, it's a good design. They use a bolster here, so you could actually attach a wrench to it. They argue that that's, one of the advantages. In all honesty, you could take a 24mm wrench like this Matco here and throw that on this Milwaukee. It does fit. I tried it, here's on the ratcheting end. You could wedge that in if you needed to, but you know what you could really do is just grab your Snap-on screwdriver and stick it right through the hole in the Milwaukee there, and now you've got a solid T-handle. So I think they've thought about that. The combination of hard plastic, which isn't actually super hard, there's a little bit of texture there, and rubber overmold, and that classic acetate on the front end, or whatever they're using. I don't know if it's acetate. This really does feel natural in the hand. If you've grown up with Klein's and Craftsman's, this is a very familiar feel. Good solid feel, a nice balanced feel. There's about the balance point somewhere right in there. Usually I like it indexing, so as you're spinning it in the finger, it doesn't flip over out the back. Sometimes with the Snap-ons, that is a pretty good sized handle. Snap-on does have the advantage that they come in different colors. At the moment, Milwaukee only comes in this red and black, but this is about, I think I paid $12 and change, full retail at Home Depot. They had tons of them. Totally worth it. This is the best $12 you can spend on a tool, I think. Big marking on the back shows the blade and the size. Just overall, a great tool. If you want high grip, though, if you're really interested in that, you're probably going to have to, spring for the Vera bit check full of diamond bits. And these things, you can see the diamond there. These, I gave, gosh, I think $70 some for this years ago. I haven't even priced it recently. These are amazingly strong. Just wonderful bits, but not cheap. This is second. This really grips tight. Now, the Milwaukee number on this guy, if you're looking for this, the packaging here, which I've kept, even though I've had this thing for months, the packaging M2 or MT202, I should remember that, for Montana. But a couple of interesting things. One, it says it has, well, obviously the laser etch tip, but check this out. High strength boron infused steel. I have had no trouble whatsoever. On the other hand, snap-ons, I have worn these things out or just crunched up the ends. Most of them I get replaced pretty quick. I can usually tell because the snap-on guy scratches them up when he puts them in his vise. But let's see about this guy. Here's one. You can see they do get damaged a little bit easier, I think, than they should. So I have had zero issues with this guy. I'm impressed. Might be a harder steel. I haven't dropped it on its tip. Might shatter. It does say it has a lifetime warranty. I haven't tried to use that yet. Snap-on. I am quick to replace these shafts. I've done it dozens of times on old ones, on new ones, whenever they start slipping away. But anyway, for a $13 screwdriver made in USA, that was the other thing. All these, I have tons of screwdrivers. These are all made in the USA. And here's another. This has been out a while. They really nailed it. Just an outstanding design. Excellent execution. USA made. So if you want 12 bucks, you got some tool boredom, want to try something new, or just have what arguably could be the best screwdriver, Phillips number 2 anyway, that's out there, try this Milwaukee. Seriously. And with that, Doc out.